the birds.
Say something for your vlog.
You got,
that's what this is for.
You got Christmas, blueberry, Rio, and actually Christmas was laid down this way. If you can give me your hand at this.
Yeah.
There you go. She's actually 22 years old, all three.
It's amazing how long these birds live.
Oh
like,
yeah, and then blueberry and all the birds. You can give me your index. Just your index. There you go. Hold this one out there. They're very tame.
That's neat.
Not too fast, Danny. Not too fast.
That is too cool.
So after completing the first day of the entire MS Ignite, it was exciting, it was fun, it was a whole lot of people. And that really was taking me back because it was hard. I was going to take the camera and try to film and do somewhat of an interview, but it is just wall-to-wall, crowded people. I ended up leaving the camera in the room. I just took my GoPro with me to grab some B-roll footage to show you some of this. I didn't even start doing some of the footage until later when people started clearing out and going into some of the breakout sessions. But it was great. I learned a lot interacting on the floor with a lot of different booths, especially the folks from SolarWinds. And you know, we use the whole SolarWinds stack for our RMM and our backup, and you know, it's exciting to see some of the new products they were coming out with. And it was really interesting because more than one person there knew my name, and they're like, Tom, and I'm like, yeah, and they're like, I watched your videos because I did the video on the RMM tool and on the backups, and they thought that was pretty cool. So I got to interact with them and talk about things I liked or didn't like. And really, my complaint has been with the backup system that it's not part of a single sign-on solution yet. And they're like, that's coming really soon. That's actually what some of our discussion was about, is the challenges they are having because they bought separate products. Not everything was developed by one team with a clear plan with, you know, like an overview and a management. Like, here's our backup team run by this guy who talks to the other guy that runs the other team. These are separate products. So bringing it back down to a level of integration has some challenges, as they explained, but they're really close to it. And it's interesting because I remember they said they were close before on the way they were doing their two-factor, and they're like, yeah, we test things internally, it didn't work out as well, so we abandoned it and just going to move everything to single sign-on. And I'm like, that's great. I actually like companies that do that. They're not afraid to say, look, I know we said something's coming, but we realized it wasn't the right way to do it, and we didn't want to put our customers through any drama, so we just decided to scrap it and go a slightly different way and do this. They did demo for me some of their other tools, and I'm going to do separate videos because there's a free demo for the tool. I believe it's called InfoPath and iThwack. I'm not positive on this. I got the details because I only talked to them. They're going to email me all the details, and I'm going to do some videos. But what it allows you to do is look from your customer standpoint and trace out network problems. So you can say, all right, customer can't get to Office 365, but it appears to be up. Where's the issues? So it gives you diagnostics. So when a trouble comes in from the client, before you can even call them back, you can go through and say, hey, I've already checked. I see that you can't get through this network, and you can start troubleshooting and realize whether you have an end client problem, a site problem, or actually is it Office 365. So they have a lot of monitoring templates and things like that. Like I said, they're going to send me some more info by the time I get back, and I'd like to do some separate videos on there about some of the new tools that they're going to do once they're all, you know, ready and I can get sign up, because I could tell you about it in detail, but what would go to that to? I like to show you how it all works. But it's really neat. They fed us, which was quite a feat, and seeing how they put together all the breakfast, lunch, and dinner for that many people is really cool. That was definitely fun. And then afterwards, I was able to go out and really get to meet a lot of interesting people. So I started hanging out with some of the people in sales at Microsoft, some of the challenges they've had, and you know, they aren't going to cover everything on the record. I did ask, but it was interesting talking about culture changes from different leaderships that they've worked under. Some of these are longtime Microsoft veterans, so it made for some great conversation. But they value their jobs and they really like what they do. They're not willing to necessarily. I might find one of them. I'll talk to him again and see if he's interested in sharing some stories, because I really like not just the perspectives of did they, you know, do this or do that, because some people look at Microsoft as big monolithic evil company sometimes, or maybe you really like Microsoft, But the reality of it is there's a bunch of individual people that all have opinions that doesn't necessarily reflect top management, but they like working. The common theme you hear amongst Microsoft people is there are so many interesting, smart people working there that it makes it for just a cool work environment. And I got to say, hanging out with groups of them, very diverse group, very much a whole lot of fun. And yeah, it's just really cool meeting some of these people, and they're very interesting to talk to. And I have at least one of them that I think I'll get them, maybe share a couple Microsoft stories, but we definitely had a lot of laughs. And so I didn't finish any video last night. You're watching the sun come up now. Because last night after about midnight when I got done going from all the different, the after parties just don't stop here. You know, it's not like I'm big into drinking or anything as much, but it's just all the stories we were sharing and all the adventures. I got to hang out with some of the top IT from big companies, IBM, AT&T, and just, you know, talk about stuff at some of the top level. Then I got to meet some of the people that I really like, that are the hands-on keyboards that designed and network engineered companies from the ground up. So just lots of fun conversations about stuff. I'm going to see if I can get any of them, maybe help produce some content, talk about IT a little bit. But that big, you know, overview that some of them have is a very interesting perspective in how things are done. So I'm going to work on producing some more content. And if you like the content here, like and subscribe. I'll throw in the sunrise after this because I've been time-lapsing it since I got up and got my coffee and had it recording over here on another camera. So they put me up here in the 24th floor, and it's great. It's a great view every morning because I got lucky and I got the corner room, so I got all the windows open wide and get to look outside. And yeah, it's great. So tomorrow, though, I'm going to be doing the Sunday Morning Linux review. I'll see what I can record there. That's going to be us sitting in, I believe, the podcast booth. I got to actually get a hold of our contacts here to get that clarified and see everyone that we have on our interview list because it's a little fuzzy. I know some of the people, then they said we're going to have more. But I don't, yeah, we'll get all those details sorted out because those are great because those are going to be people we sit down with. And if you've listened to our MS Build podcast on those, you can hear the interviews we did with people. And it's deep dives on the topics or the things that they're in charge of. And that's smlr.us if you haven't found my podcast before. So that's going to be for that. Also, we have a few more days that I'll be here, and so I'll see what other content, see what other interviews I can rustle up and make it all happen. All right, once again, thanks for, if you like the content here, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.